Well. I guess the video is finally here. The one I planned for quite a bit, or kind of announced back then for a month, about Splatoon 3 when it comes out. And well, obviously it came already out. Seen by my background, and that I didn't even talk about it. Plus we already have like 2 Splatfests. One was the demo, of course, and the other one, the real first one, was not much different than the demo. We big man fans got screwed over again. Anyway, enough about Splatfest rivalry, because we are kind of very unfriendly if it's about the Splatfest. But rather, let's go right to the order of how we talk about Splatoon 3 today. I'm not making a full ass analysis for that, and I still don't got a cut program for the videos, so bear with me. Like one day I will have it, and then you can finally have more quality in this video. But anyway, let's get right to the point before we talk too long and this thing doesn't become a short talk anymore. Small talk, I mean. Short talk, small talk, it's both the same. But anyway, we won't talk about the story. That's the one thing I already will say here. I won't spoiler anything, I won't tell you much about the experience I have. Oh, well, I will, in the form of just saying it's great, play it yourself. But we will talk a bit about certain points today. Simple gameplay first, weapons, a bit about my personal experience. I'm again not making a full ass analysis of the game and grade it for you, so maybe you should pick other people for such kind of information, videos or whatever. Then we will talk about the Splatfest. A bit about, I think, the new, more or less the new modes a bit. Then Salmon Run, the old classic. And then about the catalog, the new little function in the game to say. Again, it's nothing big, no big analysis, so yeah. Just small talk from a weirdo like me. But I digress. Let's go right to the first thing, gameplay. There's actually not much to say about it. It actually isn't. You can trust me if I say it actually isn't. Nothing is new. Oh well, not partly. There are some things new, but I wouldn't say the new revolution of changes. And if they were there before, I never noticed them. First, the function that if you are swimming through ink, if you like do a quick little reflex, aka you pull the stick quick fast. Yeah, you pull the stick fast into the opposite direction you're swimming in, and then if you press jump, you do a little, let's call it torpedo jump. Like spinning like a torpedo, or well, torpedoes doesn't spin, but you get the point. And it will give you some sort of protection, not invincibility, but it will lessen the damage you take. Which is certainly for the meta player and pro player out there, like the biggest revolution of the world. Also, then there's also let's just call it wall jump. I wouldn't, well, it's not really a wall jump, but you will understand what I mean. If you swim up a wall, hold the jump button. While you're still swimming upwards, you start to charge slowly. And when you fall, you can full charge, jump up, you could say in a very quick manner or surprising manner. Or keep yourself at a wall, like I do sometimes. And just surprise the enemy, if it works, of course. Like you get a bit of a high ground and a bit more ground to stand on, to say. But again, nothing revolutionary. I think that's even all it for gameplay. Again, it's mostly the same like in Splatoon 2 and all. so there's not much new, I would say, or at least not too much that you have to cover completely here. But let's go directly to the weapons, because this is where I guess talk more in depth with it, or at least the weapons I play. Okay, let's just obviously start with the weapons I play, and the ultimates, the ults, whatever you want to call them, we will do right after. Again, I'm not talking about all the weapons, but the weapon I play most right now is the brush. Why, you may ask? I mean, fellow brush player would understand why, because this weapon is a monster if used right. I mean, every weapon can be like this, but I mean in the sense of stealth. If like somehow you manage to sneak really up, while the enemy team is like fixed on your team, you really can just hammer in the surprise factor, because there are moments where I just go in, sometimes with sneak it works, and just suddenly get like 3 kills in a row or something. Even though, again, some people may say kills are not everything, but here's the thing. If you splat the enemy team, or most of them, your team can push and color more. And that's the point. The brush can color a lot too, but it's also mostly there for stealth and just being the annoying fly that just squashes the enemy. Despite being a fly. But you'll get the point where it's leading to. But then we also have, from all the nice weapons I play, the bucket. The almighty bucket. The normal bucket is like a really like a splat machine. It colors a lot as well, has good range as well. But for that, since it has only, well, such a strong attack power, you could say, that you kind of get splatted in 2 hits. Of course, its range, if even a bit far, is only for what's in front of you. If you like want to aim around you, like the brush can, like it's your whole front view at points, then you're at shit out of luck. But of course, then there's also the bubbler. The bubbler is like one of my favorite weapons, because it's just, first I like the design for it. In form of attack, not really like, you know. It's bubbles, okay? And they somehow splat as hard as they can. Even though, of course, I do agree playing against players like me who use it are a bit annoying. Because you can just throw it sometimes everywhere and it gets in the way. Like, if your team is good at pushing and you do that, and nobody's around you to stop you, then the enemy teams kind of get freaked. If I'm honest. But it can also appear differently. Like, how do I explain it? Actually, if you played it yourself, you will experience it very soon if you find a bubble player. Sorry for that little unexpected cut. I was called for something. But let's not wait a little longer here. Let's rather get right to the topic again. Bucket. Bubbler. We talked about it already. That's why let's go to the weapons I only play sometimes, but is also very popular recently. The aero spray. It's a really neat weapon actually, cause first it colors a lot of the map and Tofu and Splat area the best. I mean Splat zones. But it's quite well. It's actually quite good weapon, but also quite annoying to play with at parts, you know? Because I think if you play against Aerospray, you can know why, because we get to that a bit later in the ultimate section. But as a weapon alone, it's quite fun, good to use in Turf War. Again, I'm not a professional with this. But then we also have, from the weapons I played, the newly very popular Blaster. Similarly, Blaster was not as popular in Splatoon 2, and now because of a ability named Independent Action, you seemingly can just roll around with it. Literally. Like, you splat after splat after splat. That's why you player are also annoying, but I can understand if I'm also annoying. But I'm having some skill issues with blasters, so yeah, I'm not very good with it. But aside from that, all weapons are kind of great, or like always, I don't have actually much to say to them. But we should get to the new ults. The ultimates. First one, directly, Zipcaster. I will only talk about the new ones, by the way. Zipcaster is like, mwah. It's not there to do the damage, to say, but it can help you just get around the map for a bit, color a bit of the enemy team base a bit to distract them a little, even if it's just a few seconds. And or just sneak up on snipers or other kinds of things, to just beat them at their own game, to just attack them while you don't look them. Okay, I messed that sentence up. But it's just all about, you actually can guess what a Zipcaster does. It's casting around at the speed of sound. And when you're lucky and not like me, who has bad awareness about what's even around me, I didn't even know that there's a freaking fan right next to me. Okay, but joke aside, you will need some spatial awareness for it, because it can sometimes save your butt. Mine didn't. It didn't save mine. It just didn't. I don't have that skill. But anyway, then we have the Reef Slayer, the one I mentioned before about the, well, aerospray thing, cause here's the thing. It is all alone. It's super. You can get like close to the enemy without dying, mostly. Do a big boom, enemy splattered if you're lucky, because sometimes they can somehow always dodge it, or sometimes the hitbox doesn't want to work like it should, at least in my experience. But it's also very fun ult, because I don't know, just, you could say making a mini roller coaster on a map and just splat the whole enemy team with it by chance is amazing. But of course, that's all it is in the end. It's just have fun for a bit, slide, boom. Then we also have the Ink Zuka. It seemingly is new. I'm not completely sure what the first weapon were in Splatoon 1. But it's kind of still again a new addition back again and free, so I will talk about it. It's a genuine nice weapon as well. I mean, it's the symbol of ultimate. You just get a big free shot weapon. You just shoot, boom, shoot, boom, shoot, boom. The end. But if you aim right and time it right, you can really mess some enemy teams up with it. Or kind of splat them. After all, what else does a bazooka do? Don't come with other weird suggestion. But anyway, then there are also the new missiles. They are better than the other missiles. Because we of course the more, let's call it auto aim missiles that aim any enemy in its range, shoot at them with full berserker power, and boom, they mostly die. Mostly. But it's of course also annoying if many more on your enemy team have it, and you could just spam full of it if you're losing. And it's just the worst sometimes, really. You want to do something, yes, you want to do something. First you dodge one rocket again, then you think, ah, I'm safe, boom, suddenly the next 1,000 fall upon you. How annoying is that? Unless it hits you, it hits the enemy team. Then you're of course happy about it. But here, if it hits you, it's not as good. But for that, we have the other missiles, the big boys missiles. I like them personally a lot, because, I mean, first of all, they're kind of fun to use. You have suddenly the power to just deploy tactical nuke incoming meme in real time. And then also it's just kind of fun, because for the meta player out there, it's kind of very strategic, because you can either cut up someone's escape, you can kill them while they escape. Why do I always say kill? They spell each other, even though it's kind of the point is, it can be used in many ways, either to color, to block ways, or you just save your butt last second in Splatoon 1, the new game mode now. But I think that's mostly all ults, or at least the ults I mostly use or liked a lot. Oh yeah, the vent, not the vent. You know, our little ink sucker. Okay, that's not a good name for it. That's not a good name for it at all. To just not. I'm honest, I just don't remember the name for it. Ink vacuum. No matter if I would have cut it now with some video editor thing, I still would have surely said it 1,000 times wrong. Vacuum. Anyway, that's a neat weapon. If you position yourself right, you can really hard counter the enemy or save your teammates. It's very neat. But of course, since I don't use it often, it's annoying when it's used against me. But enough of ults. Again, I like all of them actually. Despite, of course, if it hits me, they're annoying. But it's normal common sense. And I'm already almost 20 minutes here. We should finally get to the little last steps. Okay, next station, Splatfest. It's the same as other Splatfests. Just we have 3 choices now. And we can have a new mode because of these 3 choices. 3 color, 3 color, whatever. The point is, my experience so far hasn't been generous. As you may notice, I'm a team Big Boy Manta Man. Or team Big Boy. And the point about this, you can guess, we suffer from success. That we somehow win the first round every time so far, even if it's only 2 times. And just get freaking put into the defensive. And I was actually happy that surely everyone will pick Shiver and win. And just, you know, I can attack and they can defend finally. But well, you can guess. It didn't work that well. It didn't work that well. That's all I actually have to say about it, morally, because Tricolor is actually a nice idea and fits to the free theme they do. But it's also annoying if you're defending, because if the map is not on your side, you're just getting overwhelmed quickly. And mostly this mod is comeback, I know, but it should be fair so the defending team does have a chance and not just get overwhelmed easily. But aside from that, let's get directly to the next thing, because that's actually all there is. And I'm still sad about the Splatfest, I swear. Okay. Summon one. I really gotta tell you, Summon one is a nice mode, but some rotation really freak you over. But then there are of course people say who like, hey, you can just, I don't know, learn how your weapon works, work with your team together. Well, I would like to. But it's hard to play with randoms all the time when you cannot really communicate, and some of them somehow decide to do the opposite of what you should do. I mean, there are some people who, you have a boss, a salmon boss, who's like at the edge of the map, attacking you. What should you do? Attack it, because you cannot really it's hard dodging that thing. The one who have to walk right to you, you can dodge them with ease at parts sometimes. But you cannot do shit against the close combat bosses if you don't take care of the far bosses. I think you get where I'm going with this. But of course, I shouldn't only rant about it. It's a nice and fun mode and gives you a lot of money. But there are also the new bosses we should talk about quickly. We have the, hey, I'm in UFO, I will send my whole army of friends at you. But if you're right under me, no matter what it is, even if it's friend or foe, I will drag them down with me. And then I get quickly killed off because someone jumped right on my hood. Then there's the new, let's call it flyfish or mini flyfishes that don't choose missiles, but if they land, they make it hardly, let's say, hardly easy for you to move. Just that simple. They just spread ink everywhere, and if you're even already in a stress situation with many bosses, having your ways kind of constantly blocked, unless you're a roller, is very annoying. And sometimes if you don't manage in time to get on their pillar, you just get either hit by fly fish, get just suddenly jumped by freaking salmons from everywhere. It's not the best sometimes with them, but that's proof they are also a serious threat. We have then also let's call it ringfish. Yeah, the ringfish. It's just you could just say it's a dolphin who tries its best, but then gets stopped by the audience because the audience is like, freak you, and then just kills you on the spot. That's not the boss, but it's kind of how it works. I kind of like it. It's a simple boss. Just color the ring or the space he chooses to jump in. He cannot jump into it. He dead. Easy win. And simple as every boss, of course. Then of course there's the last boss, the new boss. If I didn't miss anyone yet. It's, oh wait, the big man. I don't have to say much to it. It's the big shot, like this big shot guy. No matter what I do, everyone will just post spam meme about it. So let's just move on. They are also very simple actually, by the way. The Kohutsuna. I hope I spelled it right now. It's a frustrating task to beat them, but if you win, it's just so satisfying. Just super duper satisfying. Like, victory cheers, it slowly explodes and just boom, and you just, oh, after beating a boss rush of many salmons while you fought that thing, it's amazing, but it's also a whole bunch of work. And you have to cooperate with the teammate a lot. I mean, in my opinion, Fish needs to like take out the bosses around you, and one of you or yourself have to distract the boss salmon, the king salmon, like all around the map, so it won't of course get in the way of the others. But meanwhile, you're also the one who damages, of course. But yeah, it's a fun mode. I like it, even though it's frustrating. And that's actually all there is. It's still 7-1 after all. And then we have the catalog, the little simple thing to end this video with. The catalog is fun. It's simple to level up, or let's just call it a second level up. Like, you think like, okay, should I maybe stay a bit and give the last battery power of my Switch into random online matches? Or should I maybe get more rewards from Grisco? But here's the thing. With this catalog level, it's in Grisco and the random matches. That means you can just train it wherever. That means you don't have to worry you miss out rewards or it doesn't get the rewards fast enough if you're doing Grisco or something, unlike the levels, which makes sense. But the point I'm making is, this thing can give you either equipment, new poses, which is the main reason, or maybe new stuff for your locker. And you get it mostly very soon in the game. I think after level 4 you can get it from general store. But the point is, it's a nice feature. It's a little bit fun. You can get some stuff out of it. Mostly turf cards. Let's call them turf cards. Because this is like the mirror. You would say this is the Splatoon version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Uno. It's like a card game. Simple as that. And it's actually fun, even though I lose most of the time, surely because you like need a strategy or something, even though of course an enemy can be random always and then you lose because you don't have the strategy, and mostly it's CPU as far as I know. But also, it's again just a little fun feature. Again, this game kind of is one of the peaks of Splatoon. But I do agree maybe with some people that the maps could have been done better a little, but overall this game is from personal perspective, 10 out of 10. But if we go a bit into public, I would say maybe 8 out of 10, or maybe it's very, very problematic 9 out of 10. But it definitely isn't below 5 or something. It's a great game actually. It's like, well, Splatoon after all. And that's kind of it for all today. I thank you for sitting almost half an hour with me here. And I'm sorry that it's like that I don't have a cut program yet or something, or else I could maybe record this without using PNG tuber. I just use the PNGs, and the tuber could be used for small real talk videos or whatever. But one day I will maybe get it once I get enough months, and then maybe one day I can make proper videos. I at least hope so. So thank you for coming or not listening. Since I think my videos right now are more like background things, you can maybe do anything you want and listen to my opinion all the time. Maybe my voice is calming, maybe it's crappy, I don't know. Maybe my humor is even crappy, or my ways of talking is crappy. But the point I'm making is, it's just, well, I'm happy you guys watching this maybe, or the few people who watch this. Again, I still don't know how I got 44 subscribers on this channel when I didn't do something for months, partly because of reasons, of course, but still thanks either way. I do hope you have a nice day, and if you get Splatoon, have fun. If you have Splatoon, have fun, and it's normal to rage in random modes. It's normal sometimes when you just see this bullcrap suddenly. Some people pull. Someone seriously no-scoped me, like they just jumped away, spinned around a bit, and then no-scoped me 3 times in the same match. Which is funny, but also not funny for me losing. But anyway, again, I shouldn't drag this out any longer. Thank you for watching. Hope it was fun. Hope you liked listening, or have a nice day. Every greeting and goodbye in every language inserted right here. And everyone, splat on.